Here, Genesis 5:1. This is the book of generations of Adam. In the day God created man, in the likeness of God made he him. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam, which means man, in the day when they were created. And Adam lived 130 years, and begot a son in his own likeness after his own image, and called his name Seth. So, in the days of Adam, after he had begotten Seth, were 800 years, and he begot sons and daughters. So, according to this, how I'm reading it is that they had Cain and Abel, and they had Seth, and they had sons and they had daughters. It doesn't mention the name of none of the other sons and the other daughters. It doesn't mention their lineage. It just mentions the main characters. And these are the people who are important for us to know for the story of God. But I was wondering, like, well, where did Cain get his wife from? And so if you live 900 years, it's possible that you can have a lot of kids. I mean, they probably had like 50, 60, 70. We don't know how many they had, according to the Bible. But we also must understand that there are other books possibly that's missing. Who knows? Because the book of Enoch is another book that was missing. And it helps to tie in the book of Maccabees is another book that was missing. Jubilees is another book that was missing. And so who knows what may be discovered and what may be revealed. But as far as from what I'm understanding, I was wondering whether or not if there was other wives and other land somewhere, you know. However, according to what we read, they lived a very long time. So it's possible that they had all of these kids, different genetic makeup, and it's possible that these kids didn't even grow up with each other. They didn't know each other. Because if you're 900 years and you have your first kid when you're like 100 and something, then you have your next kid when you're like 300 and something, them kids ain't growing up together. So it's very possible that there was intermarriage amongst the siblings, and that's how the earth was populated. But at the same time, I had did some reading that, you know, they were still pure from God. Even though sin had entered the world and entered the earth, you know, they were still pure. That God had made both of them. And their purity, then them two, they made people, you know. And so because they were pure, they were able to breathe and make people into the world, into the image and likeness of God. And so that makes a lot of sense to me. Because of the fact that they lived 900 years. I mean, if they lived 90 years and then they had all these kids, and then I could see the kids growing up together. You know, but even sometimes you have kids who don't grow up in the same household together. They don't feel like siblings. So, yeah, I'm thinking that that's what happened. So I don't think it was incest in this way that we see incest today. Incest we see today is, when I think of incest, I don't know what the legal definition is or the Webster definition is. But when I think of incest, I'm thinking that this is somebody in my family, somebody that I know. We know each other. We grew up as brothers and sisters. We grew up as cousins. We grew up in the same family, you know, and that's how I see it. Whereas I don't think these folks all grew up together, because by then they were all older, you know. So nonetheless, more will be revealed as we read tomorrow, Genesis 6. So God bless. And hey, comment. What do you think about it? What do you think? How do you think the world was populated? Do you think that it's possible that there may be books out there missing that can, you know, help to figure it out? Or do you believe that everything that God is saying is complete? Because I think Now, I should word that. Do you think everything that's contained in this Bible is complete, meaning that there may not be any more books out there missing, and that we can infer that the world did start with just Adam and Eve? And I think so. I think so, but more will be revealed as more and more black people, more and more brown people, more and more of our scholars learn more about God and about our history, and more is discovered. I think more will be revealed as God wants it to be revealed. However, as of for now, I tend to believe that it is possible that Adam and Eve did populate the world because of the fact that they lived almost 1,000 years, and they had sons and daughters, and their children had sons and daughters. They did not grow up in the same household because they were all big and grown, and they had jobs to till the ground and till the earth and stuff. And so, and only the important people, not to say the other ones are important, but only the people that in regards to the story of God are mentioned. The other daughters and sons are not mentioned, and that's because we're not to dwell on that, perhaps, because of the confusion it would make. You know, one thing is that it is very possible to not understand God, because it's very possible to not understand that which created you. Because if you can fully understand that which created you, then maybe you're the ones who created it, right? So that's falling to our own understanding. So we have to remember that God reveals to us what needs to be revealed in the time and it needs to be revealed to us. And in this day and age, I believe more and more will be revealed. I feel like I'm just going on and on here, but nonetheless, the world did begin with God. It began with God. And now we are here. And while we're here, we are to continue to keep it about God. God wants his people to worship him again. He wants us to go into the wilderness and to worship him again, and to put aside our idols and to put aside the ways of Rome, so that we can go and we can worship him in truth and in spirit. Now that we are able to weed through what's been whitewashed and what hasn't. Whitewashed meaning Roman washed, because like I said, a lot of Christian tradition, a lot of Christian ways have been Romanized. So nonetheless, God bless. Have a good day.